podcast.
It's empty, Gail.
Had to bring it back an oldie but a goodie. That's all you got.
I didn't know you were bringing it back.
If we're not starting off Friday night laughing, what are we doing? Like, for real? Like, it's just falling apart at this point. Yeah, that's right, everybody. It's Friday night. Welcome. I'm Mick Manhattan, your host, joined as always by my sexy counterpart, who I yelled at earlier, and I feel really bad about because I wasn't actually yelling at him, but my sexy counterpart, Paul. How you doing, producer Paul?
I'm good. I'm getting tanner, as you see with this disgusting tan line. So
I saw his nipple earlier. That was part of the yelling portion of the night. Our pre-show ritual.
He thought they were pierced, and I kept lying to him, and then he saw they weren't pierced.
I saw they weren't pierced. They do get very hard when you tickle them with your finger, though. I've been told. I'm just saying.
Yes.
No, welcome everybody. It's the Snobs podcast. Embrace the absurdity. You just have to at this point. Yeah. I do have some sad news, Paul. We haven't really had a chance to talk on the air, on the show and stuff, and kind of talk about what's been going on and such. I have a bit of bad news. The cock saga.
Okay.
There's been some new developments.
Okay.
My cock is gone. I think it's in the little cock farm in the sky.
Oh, well,
and the chickens.
That's okay. At least I don't have more competition anymore. I guess I finally have the biggest cock on the podcast, so it's okay.
That big, beautiful cock. It's probably fed about 15 people by now with this big, luscious, cocky body. It's always bombs. Every time we do these bits, this one bombs, but I don't care because it is gone. They're gone. The chickens are gone. The cock is gone. I don't know what to do. How do I find it? It was beautiful, and I'm sad. So it's the end of an era. My cock is dead. I presume.
Should just get a new cock and just put it there just to confuse the shit out of them. That's what you need to do. Just throw one in there.
There's no cock out there as beautiful as my luxurious cock. That's all I'm going to say.
One that could do the job.
It would stand so erect every morning and just bellow out wonderful noises. And it would wake you up and you'd be like, oh, it's so hard to get up this morning. It's like a hard morning of wood. That doesn't work, but whatever. I wanted to say morning wood.
I liked it. I was going with it.
Well, but I had to at least mention it to you because you've been off for 2 weeks for good reason. He was away, so give the man a break. Yeah. I know you've missed him more than you've wanted to see me, but he's back and now he knows about my cock, and that's where we're at. Welcome to Friday night, the Snobs podcast.
I'm saying, hey, the courts tried to put me 2 weeks. They tried to put me in a center, but guess what? I beat the case, and here I'm back.
Oh no! I'm glad you beat it. I didn't know that portion. I will say, we have a very special guest tonight, and I'm excited to have him here. He's been on the show before. He is not just a great producer in the indie world. He is also a really fun actor to watch when he's in his movies, and he's in a lot of them lately. And I don't blame him because put that face everywhere. Mr. Michael McGlynn from Slasher 15 is here, and we're going to talk about indie horror filmmaking, and it's going to be amazing. But before we get started, we've been watching some movies. Watching a lot of movies. While you were away, though, did you watch any movies while you were down there?
No, I just didn't have the chance. I'm actually doing Chicago Film Festival. I'm reviewing films for them because I'm one of the judges. So I watched some of those shorts.
That is fantastic. That's awesome, man.
It was a lot of fun. There were some really good submissions, you guys. I'm excited for them.
I love that. You know what? I'm so glad to hear that. I'm so glad that you're judging that. And you're good. It's a good one because it's not just horror, right? That's everything.
Mm-hmm.
So have you found a genre in there that you've been I know you love horror, but while you're judging the film festival, you don't always see a lot of horror at normal film festivals. It's
Right.
usually the genre of the horror based. Are you seeing anything, that's really like caught your eye that you really want to keep checking out? You may want to check out the filmmaker.
I wish I should have written down the names before I spoke about it. There was one drama that you could just tell that the writer and director and all the actors were just super vulnerable on.
Love that.
It's very beautiful. I mean, it was a 6-minute film, and I barely kept my eyes dry for 5 minutes of that film.
I'm in. Find out the name of that. I'll check it out for sure.
I'm so sorry I don't remember the name if you guys happen to ever watch this clip, but it's nice seeing people really trying and being able to make that connection, because I wasn't expecting that. Just see a name and I'm just judging. Then it was like, oh, okay. Like, damn.
Power of movies, my friend. Power of movies.
It hit me intro of Up.
Oh my God, I can imagine. I will say this though, he'll have the name for you next week, so you have to come on back and listen to the next episode. But before we get started and we bring on our amazing guest who we've been making sit in the back and wait, we're going to do some quick reviews. I'm going to kick this off with Eeny Meeny. It's a new one on Hulu. Unfortunately, I didn't realize this was new until today. I couldn't see Eden or Honey Don't, which Paul got to see, and I'm jealous of. I want to see both those movies, and I'm like super excited. But I got a chance to check this one out. I wanted to review it. Eeny Meeny is the story. Samara Weaving is the star. I'm enjoying Samara Weaving and everything. I think every time she shows up, she commands a movie perfectly. She has true movie star qualities, but also it's a good actor. Like she fills the roles really well. I love her in Mayhem, The Babysitter, things like that. And in this movie, she plays a fun character. This is not by any means a movie that's going to blow down doors in terms of awards or maybe even really that memorable. But for me, it was a fun, action-y movie. She plays a getaway driver whose ex-boyfriend, who she just found out she's pregnant from, is a complete and utter mess. He is a disaster of a human being. He keeps dragging her life down. She's finally getting it back on track. Then she finds out she's pregnant. She goes to talk to him, only to find out she owes $3 million to their old mob boss that they used to work for. So she has to take one last job to try and make that money up so that way he will not die and she can go on and live her life and do her thing. During the way, Carl Glusman, who plays the boyfriend, goes about kind of ruining things for her, like really dragging the entire job down and becoming a real nuisance. And you start seeing that more and more. I really enjoyed this movie. I didn't think I was going to. I hated his character. Carl Glusman makes you hate him in this movie, but for a reason. He is that type of character. He's just basically a dipshit, for lack of a better term. And he just messes things up because he cannot get control over his own whims. And that is something that you really cannot stand, because she is trying to get her life together. Everybody knows it, thinks she should stay away from him, but she cannot seem to. As I'm watching this, I started to get this feeling that this is going to go down the traditional route of what most do. It doesn't. So I don't want to ruin anything for you. If you get a chance, check this out. It is on Hulu. Just came out today. It was good. The action's fun. It's not by no means a perfect movie. There's some plot issues. It can get a little convoluted at times, but it is a heist movie. It does bring the fun. It does bring the action. Andy Garcia plays a really good role. Mike O'Malley's in it as well, and a lot of other familiar faces I think you'll enjoy. But I would love to hear what everybody thinks about this. So make sure you share in the comments if you get to check it out. But I did. I like this one. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 stars. It's mid movie. If you miss it, you miss it. But if you do want to check out something that you might enjoy, I think this would be a good one. And that's my review of Eeny Meeny. Thank you for watching that one. Now, the second movie I got a chance to check out, and there will probably be more of a deeper conversation about this movie, but I want to review it just regularly first. Highest to Lowest. It's the new Spike Lee joint that's out, starring Denzel Washington, their 5th collaboration together in 30 years, starting with Mo Better Blues way back in the day. Every one of their collaborations has been fantastic. So I was super excited to get a chance to check this one out. I'm also a big Kurosawa fan. And this is based on High and Low, a Kurosawa movie from the 60s. It's about a rich man who his son gets kidnapped, and then, twists and turns throughout the way. He loses a lot of money, but he's also looking at losing everything in his life in terms of his work, everything, and stuff like that. I don't want to give away too many details as to why. It is a pretty intense at times drama. The original movie is a little more subdued in its intensity, but Spike Lee does bring a good intensity to this movie. He also brings that vibrant showmanship that he always does to every one of his movies. He brings an interesting sort of convergence of all these actors that are so talented together, and they play off each other really well. The characterization's fantastic in this movie. There's so many things I truly, really liked. And he hits the points that Kurosawa did, which I thought was important, because he was sort of reimagining, which you would have to. That was a modern day story taking place in Japan in the 60s after the reconstruction after World War II. This is a completely different movie that takes place in New York City. It's very steeped in Black culture, and it's got that footprint that Spike Lee is good for in all of his films. The thing I would say about this movie, it does tend to get a little bit convoluted, whereas the original movie, I feel the running time works for the framework of that movie and for the time frame it came out and who Kurosawa was. They went a little long with this film. I feel like they could have cut it down a bit. Also, there's a lot of stereotypical characters that we've always gotten in Spike Lee movies that show up in here that makes it feel a bit awkward at times, but that's balanced out well by the acting. Denzel's fantastic. Jeffrey Wright's great. A$AP Rocky does a really good job in this movie. I'm not really familiar with him outside of his music, so for a first-time movie, and especially a Spike Lee movie, I thought they did a great job. Overall, this movie was just a lot of fun. I did 3 out of 5, but it was fun as a filmmaking standpoint, especially. I learned so much just by watching any of Spike Lee's movies, but watching this one and seeing how he's framing things compared to Kurosawa was such a wonderful way to kind of go about it. One scene where in the Kurosawa film, the main character and the main protagonist, the main antagonist are talking through glass at a prison. That gives nothing away until you get to check it out, trust me. But they're talking through glass at a prison. There is no over the shoulder. You don't see that. You see the person talking through the glass and the reflection and the facial expressions through the glass of the person he's talking to. And it's just framed really well in that Kurosawa film. And I didn't think they were going to be able to pull that off in this one, but they did it in a very Spike Lee way where they don't use the reflection, but they cut it in such a tense way that the editing was almost flawless. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic, but just the framing of how the close-up looked and how direct it was so symmetrically perfect, which Spike Lee is, of course, good for. But mixed with those cuts, it just really built an intensity between these two characters. But by the time you get to this point, it really enthralls you with who they are and what's going to happen next. I really enjoyed this film. They did a great job. And I know I'm going on and on about it. I probably will go more in depth with the 2 films down the line. But I say go check out Highest to Lowest. One thing I will say, it's not going to be, you probably won't get a chance to see it. The marketing for this, everything else has just been really terrible. It seems like A24 and Apple TV Plus wanted it to be in the movie theaters for possible awards times. They only put in like 200 movie theaters across the country, and it's going to be on Apple Plus in a few weeks. That bugs me, but I was so glad I got a chance to see this movie, and I will watch it again. So that's my review on Highest to Lowest. Let me know what you think. Go check it out. And let me know your review in the movie in the comments. Now let's get to our last one of the evening. Primitive War. Paul.
Yes.
Primitive War.
Yes.
Primitive War is a new movie out of Australia. It stars Ryan Quanten, Tricia Helfer, Jeremy Piven's in it for a bit. It tells the tale of a team of Green Berets, a unit of Green Berets in Vietnam War in 1968, who gets sent on a mission. And on that mission, they encounter many, many dinosaurs. Now, there's good explanation for it. I don't want to spoil it for you. I think you should check it out. One thing I will say before we get into our review, this is my favorite dinosaur movie of 2025 so far. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I think you do. Paul, tell me, what did you think about this movie and what's your rating?
So I'm always skeptical with a lot of anything to do with dinosaurs, right? Because a lot of them seem to be like they're just going to be ripoffs of Jurassic Park, and they're not done well, and you can tell they just kind of threw it together as cash grab. This is not that film, you guys. Just a setup for it. You know, it's Vietnam War, and like Mick said, it's Green Berets. It really kind of started with like grabbing my attention where I was like, okay, well, this is different. and just how it just goes into it was a lot of fun, and the scenes were actually very well done. I was thoroughly impressed with this movie. I'd rewatch it again. I was kind of sad because after I watched that screener the first time, I was like, kind of want to watch it again, and then I was like, never mind. And I'm excited. I might even go to the theater to see it again, to be honest, and just pay for it, just because I already know what I'm in for.
I don't know. I guess this was based on a novel, which sounds interesting. I did not learn too much about like what went into it outside of the filmmaking side of things. I will say that the budget for this, I think, was more of a lower budget. But what it does with its budget is fantastic. Like, there are limitations to the VFX of the dinosaurs, but they're not like you've seen worse in almost much bigger movies. Like, and they hide it well, and with good filmmaking, you know, a lot of it takes place at night, so it does still look fierce, look scary. The blood and the gore is there, but in a really well done way, almost like a war movie way versus a horror movie way, which can be very exaggerated most times. I thought they did such a good job. The interactions are really good. Now, is it a perfect movie? By no means. Like, it's a little long. I thought they could have been a little bit shorter. You could honestly. Some of the stuff with Jeremy Piven probably could have been cut down. I felt like they were trying to get too silly with the jokes on that one. Like, it was almost like they were trying to like channel an Ari Gold as a sergeant, but you don't have to deal with him much. He's not out in the field with them or anything. It's just calls mostly. So it's like, I can deal with it. But that's really like, other than that, like the story was fun. Like, it gets a little, in the end, the explanation of why the dinosaurs are there gets big and it gets a little wild, especially when you're trying to sell me on 1968 for it. But I'm already accepted that I'm watching a Vietnam movie with dinosaurs in it. I can accept why they're there and what's going on and the whole Cold War tie-in they do to this. But overall, like, this was a fun movie to watch. And this is the type of fun movie. Like, we did a review on Red Sonja, and I got lambasted for not really liking that movie. People really love that movie, love Red Sonja, and I get it. But it just, when I watch movies like this, or I watch movies like Godzilla -1 that had smaller budgets than that, and to see what they do with the VFX, the acting, the script in general is just really well written. I don't understand like why we aren't defending better filmmaking in situations like this. And this movie is one of those where you see promising filmmaking from promising filmmakers. Luke Spark is the name of the writer and director of this. Again, great job. I 3 out of 5 for me. I think people should check it out in theaters too. I think they'll have fun with it.
Yep.
So,
Yes.
And that is our review of Primitive War. Hopefully you go check it out. Thank you for watching this. If you're watching it as a clip, go check out the full episode of the podcast. We got a ton of stuff going on, like bringing on our guest right now. I want to say thank you to this gentleman for coming on the show and hanging out with us. But before we get started and bring him on, I want to thank one other person. Shenanigans Gentlemen's Club in Schenectady, New York. We thank you. You are the best club around. True gentlemen go to Shenanigans. And if you don't know why, then you won't understand it. So get out there to Shenanigans. Go see those beautiful ladies dancing. Hang out, listen to some good music. And just make sure you're dropping the dollar bills so that way they can eat at the end of the night. And make sure you eat too. But if you can't make it, order on Uber Eats. That's right. Shenanigans Gentlemen's Club in Schenectady, New York. Now on Uber Eats. All right. Let's bring on our guest for the night. You know him well from movies like Bloody Summer Camp, Go Away. God, The Slasher Nurse. Oh my God, that one was so good. They're all so good. The man from Slasher 15, the producer with the mostest. That doesn't work. Mike McGlynn. What's going on, Mike?
Hey, everybody. Guys,
How
I'm
you
sorry.
doing,
I gotta
man?
go. I'm heading to Shenanigans.
Make sure you order the wings.
Yes.
I hear their mozzarella sticks are out of this world.
I don't know. Those buffalo wings had a nice little tang to them. I don't know what it was, but they have some ingredient they throw on there.
It's still on your nose. I can see it.
Oh my God, he's right.
Before we get started, we're going to talk about everything and more with Mike. But we got a top 5 to do, and we're going to a little bit special towards him. Indie horror films of the last 5 years. I'm excited. We're gonna go around the horn. Mike, you'll kick us off. Mike, what is your number 5 indie horror top 5 indie horror film? What's number 5?
Number 5, I have actually chosen Tori Jones's 2023 Phantom Fun World.
Okay. I've never heard of it. I dig it. I'm into it. I need to know more about it.
It has L.C. Holt in it from Your Next. He was the Landmass Killer. And ironically, we actually worked with him in one of our films as well. But it also has a very well-known actress on the scene. Her name is Spencer Martinez. Spencer did an absolutely phenomenal job in this role. I kind of thought she was a lot of the heart and soul of the film. To put it in more quicker terms than that, it's actually the best way to put it, it's your slasher, kind of like a slasher at Chuck E. Cheese. It's supposed to be more like at a carnival, but it feels more like it's at a Chuck E. Cheese kind of SK kind of place. It's about a bunch of kids working the night shift and stuff. Like, they have to do like the last evening closings, and then they have to do their cleanups and their tune-ups. One of the lead girls' little brother happens to tag along and go in there, and a mass serial killer goes in there and starts ensuing carnage. Honestly, like, I thought they did a great job, especially within the indie horror scene. I felt like that, those killers in the haunted houses, killers in the fun houses are, far and few in between. And so when you see one of those pop up, like, I have to give it a little bit more props and appreciation, but it had a good story. Acting, I thought, was very good. Like I said, I feel like Spencer Martinez, she was a very good standout in that one. Like I said, she was like the lead's best friend, but I mean, I just felt like she had a lot of heart and a lot of soul, and she definitely had me invested in her character. Definitely really enjoyed that one.
Nice. All right. I love that. All right, Paul, what you got? What's your number 5?
All right. First, I want to preference it. I'm not saying this for lip service, because once I say this movie, you guys know I fanboyed out over this film. So I honestly mean it. It was Bloody Summer Camp 1. I had to make the list. Just being honest. I fanboyed out. I bought that on Vudu, bought on DVD, bought on Blu-ray. I've made everyone watch it. I do love that movie. Preferencing all that.
I'm not listen. There's no argument from me on that. I do know you love that movie, and you should love it too. Go check it out for sure. I will both these movies. Any movie we're giving you, go check it out and let us know what you think. But Bloody Summer Camp, that was a fun one. I like that one. The sequel's coming out soon. So,
yep, this fall.
Yeah,
just in time for Halloween. All right, guys. So number 5 for me is Good Boy. It was a film out of Sweden, where a man starts dating this woman, and she comes back to his house and finds that he has a dog. But it's not a real dog. It's a man in a dog suit that lives as this guy's dog. And so she at first rejects the whole thing, and then she has to then she starts to come to terms with it. He lures her in. He's very much like feels very much like he's dark and mysterious, but he's safe. Like, this is okay. Like, this is just something he's doing with his friend that his friend wants. Makes no sense. Maybe in Sweden it does, so that's why I'm not going to judge it. But it makes for a good movie, because I'll tell you what, they go on a weekend getaway, and the only time the dog ever talks to her is when he tells her to run. And that's where I'm going to leave it. Go check it out. So yeah, it kind of turns itself on its head. But number 4, what do you got for me, Mike?
Number 4, you see here, number 4, also from 2023, I actually chose Paul Ragsdale's Murder Size.
I love that movie.
Yep, that was a fun throwback to the classic 80s aerobic slashers.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, just like how I chose the Phantom Fun World, like, that's a genre that I like. When I heard Paul was making that movie, I actually generally got excited. I was like, oh my God, I can't remember the last time someone tapped into that style of genre. I mean, obviously I love slashers, but to do a slasher like in that kind of like subgenre, I was very, very much like really brought into that one. And honestly, I liked it a lot. I really enjoyed it. I thought Paul did a great job on it. It was definitely a fun movie. It had a lot of fun, definitely over the top characters. And trust me, I ain't judging that. You all saw Bloody Summer Camp. We know over the top characters. So So, especially when you do those kind of movies, like, when you do an 80s, like, throwbacks, I mean, if your characters aren't over the top, I really question if you got the 80s then.
Yeah, that's completely fair. Paul, what you got for number 4?
I went with In a Violent Nature.
Okay, interesting. I wasn't a huge fan of that one. I liked I liked it as an experiment.
I was
It's the same reason I like Skinamarink. I was like, they took a chance, and I dig that.
Yes.
I loved their concept. A lot of it was really well done on that POV perspective. I just felt like I think the biggest gripe, and I think a lot of people would be on board with that too. Less POV of him walking. We didn't need that much POV of him walking.
At least drop a ring in a volcano or something.
Point be a little quicker. Outside that though, like that one kill on the cliff.
I will tell you, as a screenwriter I hated that movie. There's no drama, there's no character development, there's no plot that you can really see that's worth a damn. The characters are all one-dimensional just because they service the kills. So as a critical writer, I think that's a dog shit script. As a filmmaker producing, like, if somebody was like, I have this idea I want to do, let's do it, I'd be like, fucking game on. All right, let's do something different, right? So like there's a battle in my head going on, because I'm like, as the writer, I'm like, I would have fixed this, I would have fixed this, I would have done this, I would have like added this a little bit more. Yeah, it could be all POV, but we can do this. Yeah, anyway, I'm being critical, but as a producer, I enjoyed it. So that's why it's like a 2.5 for me. But I do like the choice, because it was one of the more interesting ones that came out this year, last 5 years. All right, so my number 4 on this list is The Wolf of Snow Hollow, which came out, which honestly, in my opinion, was a big help. I think it was like one of the best movies of 2020 when it came out. It's not saying much, but like, for this movie, it was still elevated above. Like, it would have been a good movie, even if we had a normal year of movies that year. You know what I mean? So Wolf of Snow Hollow, good one. That's a good one. If anybody gets a chance, check that out. It's about a cop who's unraveling. It's sort of a dark comedy horror film. It's a cop who's unraveling while his little town is being attacked, presumably by a werewolf, and he's the only one that doesn't believe that the werewolf exists. Comedy of errors. It's interesting. If you guys get a chance, check it out. Number 3. What you got for me, Mike?
Oh, number 3. Number 3, I actually have down. It's a short film, so I'm not sure if that counts or not.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely.
Sure.
And, I can also quick little RIP to the director. He actually passed away recently. Morgan Wellborn. 2023's Helvira on the Run. I actually got to be a part of that a little bit as well, and I didn't choose that because of that. I actually chose it for the same reasons as I chose Murder Size, and the same way I chose Murder Size and Phantom Fun World, but on a little different direction on this one. This one was something completely different. Like, he wanted to do a fun horror comedy mashup, very heavy on the comedy, and he kind of had a great idea for a character that was I want to take Killjoy from the indie horror series, and I want to mix him with a woman and of that same caliber as, say, like Harley Quinn, and mesh them together and just make one crazy, like, loony, like, demonic female demon, like one that just likes to have fun and not really go off on a killing spree, but just torment people for fun, for her cheap laughs. Like they all end up surviving in the end and stuff. Like that is just, it puts them on a fun ride. I thought it was a great concept. Sushi, Savette Holder, actually played Helvira, and she absolutely owned that role. And I felt like it was its own character. Like, I felt like that was a really awesome IP. And I was really bummed to hear about Morgan's passing, because I know he wanted to do more with that character. And honestly, I would have really loved to have seen where he was going to go with that one.
Nice. Well, thank you. What you got from number 3, Paulie?
I went with the movie Oddity.
Oh, nice. Okay. That's interesting. That was an interesting, weird movie. I think you were the one that recommended that one to me.
Yeah, because it kind of reminded me of
that
like
one.
the
I need to go back
movie
and-
version of a creep show episode. Even though I know Creep Show did a movie, but that's kind of what it gave me the feels of, and I did enjoy it a lot.
Very cool. You like that dark, that like real dark, like goth. No, I don't want to say gothic. You do like gothic, but almost like what Weapons was. Like, yeah, there's some comedy to it, but when it's like that, it's like sort of dismal at times.
Yeah,
You seem to like that dismal horror. I get that.
Yes, like The Mist. Yes.
Number 3 for me was X, by Ty West. We know Pearl and Maxine sort of grew with its distribution, but X being as independent as it was, and Ty West's turn at that, I thought it was fantastic. They did a great job. So that's my number 3. Number 2 on our list. What do you got for me, Mike?
Number 2, I have 2025 Matt Cloud's Coffin Tooth.
Coffin Tooth. Okay.
That was a love letter to that old 70s grind style kind of slasher like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, except he wanted to make his own IP to go along with it. And I think he did an absolutely fantastic job. There's a great bit of who's who of like female indie horror actors in there. You'll see Angel Bradford in there. Anna Carey also shows up in there. You'll also see I'm drawing a blank on her name, but the lead from the original I Spit on Your Grave.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep, she also has a cameo in here, but it was a really good fun one. Oh, and also everyone's favorite indie zombie, Jim Crut from the original Dawn of the Dead, also has a cameo in there as well.
Nice.
Like I said, it's a really great movie. It's a really good fun time. I definitely really enjoyed that one. Like especially if you're a fan of that Texas Chainsaw Massacre SK style, it's definitely one y'all should definitely check out. Like Matt did a great job.
Nice. Very cool. All right. What's your number 2, Paul?
I got 2 for number 2 because it was tough. So I did Hell House Origins, and then I also did Hereditary because I needed them both to be on that list. They got to be on my list, and they can't take number 1, so it's both. It's got to be both. I got to be a pain in the ass at some aspect.
You move 1 back to 3, then you move your 5 back to 6, sir. No, I'm just kidding.
Bloody Summer Camp doesn't deserve 6. Rude.
Wait, it technically is 6 though. No, it's your list. You can have doubles if you want. Number 2 for me is The Black Phone.
Nice.
I thought it was a phenomenal movie, and I'm looking forward to the sequel. I'm a little apprehensive because, like, where do you go with? He died. Like, what do you like?
It opens up more.
And that's why I'm optimistic. I'm cautiously optimistic, but I think that works. So I'll check it out for sure. All right, let's get to our final one before we get to our main topics for the evening. What is your number 1, sir?
My number 1. I'm not really sure I should be giving this guy any credit if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, but I am going to go with 2025's Dave Kerr's The Slasher Nurse. I know you're all going to probably scream biased, and you know what? Fair point. You know what? You can scream bias on me on that one. Part of it is the reason why I'm biased is because yes, I work with Dave Kerr. Yes, I do work with Slasher 15 Productions, but along with that, I've also gotten to see where Dave has grown. And the thing about The Slasher Nurse, that was a reboot to Dave Kerr's very first film as a filmmaker when he had no budget, no nothing. And he wanted to go back and show everyone how much he has changed and how much he has improved and has grown as a filmmaker. And honestly, I think he did such a phenomenal job of making that point that I think a lot of people, if they go watch Curse of the Slashers, then go watch The Slashers, they're not going to believe it's the same director. They're going to think they got catfished or something. Like they're like, no, this is not the same one. For anyone who has not seen it, The Slashers is a love letter to 80s, 90s slashers. Dave Kerr created that character because he did a look back and realized that back in that time era, there was not one good, iconic, standalone female mass slasher, and that was a crime, and that needed to change. So he created The Slashers and rebooted her.
There was one.
What's that?
There was one.
Oh, what? Who?
Technically, and she shows up in your movies.
Oh, Felissa?
Felissa.
Yeah, but she's not a mass killer.
I mean, technically, she's hiding behind the guise of being a woman. So
fair point. Fair point.
No, I'm just kidding. It is cool that it is a fun movie for sure, and anybody who hates me should watch that movie. Anybody who watches, just know you should watch that movie if you hate me. Paul's gonna hard on watch it later. He's gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch him die over and over again. I'm just gonna keep rewinding it.
Yep. And also true. Our also host Mick. It also had a fun
I was just a pitch for you people watching. Watching and listening. If you like me at all, I'm in the movie. You should go check it out. But otherwise, it's just a good movie. The more important portion of it all. It is a fun one. I got to see it. I own a copy. I have one right here. And also I was a judge for Carolina Fear Fest. I got to watch it. So that was one I watched. I could not rate because I'm in it. But I got to watch it and at least give my notes on it. You guys did a great job with that one.
Oh, thank you, man.
It's a good one on the list.
Yes.
What's your number one, Paul? I think I know.
Why don't you tell them what my number one is? You already know it. Go ahead.
Your number one is the same as my number one, I think. And
Is it?
Is Late Night with the Devil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Out of the indie films that came out, that's the one that I've watched repeatedly since it came out, and I thought it was really well done.
It was a very good one. I definitely liked it. It wasn't going to fit in that same genre of that I was talking about before. It was something different. So I'm like, this is not the norm at all. This is not like someone just redoing the same formula over again. They actually thought this one out. They had fun with it. They went a different angle, and I thought they really executed it very well.
I hate possession films. I think they're stupid. I think every possession film I've ever seen after The Exorcist missed the point of The Exorcist, that they didn't win. Exorcism didn't work. It doesn't work. It's not some thing that you go in there and it's a weapon you wield against the powers of evil. It was literally them trying to do the best they can. What it took was an act of sacrifice. Mm-hmm. And everyone missed the point, because whenever they make a possession film, it becomes this cartoon style, we're going to fight it with an exorcism and we need the best. And then it became we don't need priests. Priests don't do exorcisms. We're going to get this guy who's a private detective who just knows how to do things. So I've always thought possession films were just, not that they shouldn't exist. They're just useless and a terrible trope. But Late Night with the Devil turned it on its head. And that's why it's my number one. It was interesting. It made demon possession interesting, outside of pea soup. But I've always been a massive hater on possession films. I do like The Last Exorcism though. That was another one that kind of took it and turned it a little bit into a different, the fact that it's a found footage, the fact that he doesn't believe. And it's he's having a crisis of faith. I thought that was an interesting angle to add to that, because it seemed like they did get it when it came to The Exorcist and what exorcisms are. But yeah, I love Late Night with the Devil, Paul. I know it's your favorite movie.
Yes. Definitely. I'm staring at the poster right now. It's
not wrong with that. I think, and a cool concept too. I wouldn't mind seeing another thing with a late night. Sort of fun.
Late Night with the Paul cast. Yeah,
the Paul cast. I love it. But that's our top 5, everybody. Thanks for joining in. Now let's I want to get down to, before we start with the topic, which we're going to talk about making an indie movie, especially in the horror realm, and just like sort of working on that. But I want to talk about Slasher 15 a little bit and your work with it and what you're doing now. Currently, you guys are you have a lot of movies going on. You had Bloody Summer Camp came out a few years ago. Go Away followed that up. The Slasher Nurse South, they made Bloody Summer Camp 2. Red Summer, right? It's Bloody Summer Camp 2, Red Summer?
Red Horizon.
Red Rising, my apologies.
No.
Red Rising, which is very much like among the fans, like being very much looking forward to it. And now you've just announced another new movie that you're crowdfunding for, and it looks interesting. I'm not gonna lie. Do you want to talk about this new one? I'll let you kind of pick up on it.
Oh, absolutely. We have Slasher 15 has made 7. Oh no, no, I'm sorry, 6 slasher films, and we decided for our 7th we wanted to branch out and do something a little differently. So we actually wanted to do a creature comedy, like a buddy kind of comedy. The best way to kind of do like just a very broad one, like from what I've been gathering and from getting from it so far, it feels a lot like, imagine like Peg and Frost being dropped into the first Feast movie. Kind of like that, and just a lot of survival and stuff. We have a lot of really fun, awesome plans for that one. We actually have we're not trying to do some guy in a rubber suit. We actually have a very high-end studio effects artist. This guy has worked on The Predator and Jurassic Park. We are going to try to hire him to create our creature costume. We have a wonderful character actor who's going to be working it, Jerome Creedon. He was our Red Mask in Go Away. He has been a character actor for much longer than that. Like, he has been applauded by even David Howard Thornton himself for his portrayal of Art the Clown at the cons. And like among other things, he is very, very talented. We already hired our 2 leads in that one. It will be Zachary Thaler and Brendan Lynch. I know these guys very well. These guys are like really good friends in real life, and they love clowning each other. Like, it is like their kind of friendship. Like, they really are that kind of tight. And getting these 2 on film together, I think the comedy is going to flow. Like, and of course, Dave is a great comedic writer, and I already know like he's going to write some good stuff. And I know we're going to also, when we have the right mixture and the right people, we always allow them to kind of do their own ad-libbing. And I know we're going to let these guys definitely go off and have a little fun with their characters and stuff. We are currently crowdfunding. We actually knocked out our first initial goal in actually less than a week. And we are currently working to our next stretch goal of hitting 15K. And I just actually heard on a message from Dave just a few moments ago that we are actually $63 away from hitting 12K, which means we're almost halfway there. And hopefully we'll be able to announce another celebrity to be a part of it and stuff later on down the road if the funding permits. But we already have one on deck. We have already talked to celebrity. They are excited to come on board. And as soon as we hit that goal, we're going to announce this celebrity. And this, like, I obviously, Dave will obviously kill me. I can't say much.
No. I won't expect you to.
But all I would say is
we all know that, it's going to be. What was their name again? I can't remember their name at the moment. What was it again? Like, no, I'm just kidding.
Oh, it's called Uncle Fred's Monster Problem.
No. I was kidding. I was trying to get you the name. I was manipulating the moment. Not well.
Oh yeah, no.
That sounds really. I've seen everything coming out with it and stuff, and been sharing it out, and I think and we're going to put it in the link down in the description so you can go and give to it as well, and check out any one of Slasher 15's work. So to kind of roll into the topic for tonight, and I wanted to more discuss the process of making an indie film, especially in today's day and age, especially, with crowdfunding and such. It's such a powerful tool right now for filmmakers because, let's face facts, Hollywood has a lot of problems going on at the moment. So indie films have been such a big surge, which I love. We haven't really seen a huge one like this since the 90s. And I want to kick it up even more. I love this, but with the crowdfunding and you're getting into it, so Dave finishes the script, you guys go over it. Walk us through, where do you take it from there? All right, now you have your script, you kind of have the framework of what you want to do, who you want to be in it, things like that. Where do you guys go from there, I guess, is the question.
From there, we need to start breaking down like our best case and worst case scenarios as far as what we get on the crowdfunding, because crowdfunding will always dictate what kind of movie we make. Dave always had an old saying that I always took to heart, which is like, if you give us $5,000, you're going to get a $5,000 movie. If you give us $25,000, you're going to get a $25,000 movie, and you will be able to tell the difference. And so it always is good to have a worst case scenario and a best case scenario and so that way you already have a bit of a game plan as far as like maybe locations you're going to have to trim on. Maybe you're going to have to trim down on the cast some because you can't afford to have that whole entire cast anymore. So you might have to cut corners, or maybe some of the lines that you have for one person you were thinking about casting, you're going to have to maybe cut that out and give it to someone else. But the most important thing right out the gates is no matter what happens at the end of that crowdfunder, make the movie, even if it's for peanuts. Like I cannot stress that to you enough, because even though it may not be, I'll just take it a step further. It will not be your best movie. Your first movie will never be your best movie. You will always grow and you will always do better. So go in that already knowing that this is not going to be your finest work ever, but go in, do your best, and also take notes. Find out things that you did wrong, that you wish you could have gone back in and done differently, or things you would have done differently. So when you do that next film, you will already have that in your arsenal to do that. And I know it's hard sometimes, but when that movie does come out, read the reviews too on that as well. Now, I know there's a very gray blur line between just people just hating your film, but then sometimes in the mix there can be some constructive criticism, and try to cipher through that. Even though you don't believe it, your general audience is the one that you're really trying to get on board to watch this. So you really need to take some notes from what they're saying as well. Mm-hmm. And during the crowdfunding, try to be as interactive with your backers as much as possible. And above all, the biggest of the big, this is the one thing I can tell you that will absolutely murder your career as a filmmaker. Always fulfill your perks. If you will offer things to people to make this film, you need to follow through on all of it. Making the movie, providing them wherever they bought. If they bought a poster, you make sure they get that poster. If they bought a copy of the movie, you make sure they get a copy of that movie. Because like I said, even though it may not be the best thing possible, they at least got it. And I can tell you right now from experience, there are so many ones out there that are really trying hard to make a good film. And unfortunately, there are some bad apples in the bunch that are just there to take your money, and you're never going to see any of the end product. It is a sad thing that does happen, but the best thing you can do for yourself is to show them right out of the gates you're not one of those. Because over time, if you keep doing that, I promise you, your budget will increase eventually. If you keep on following through with everything you promised that you're going to do, then they will keep coming back. And when people come to you and ask you hey, can I get this? Can I get that? If you can do it, make it happen for them as far as a perk goes and stuff, because going that extra mile will guarantee that they will come back to you because they asked you for something specific and you were able to accommodate them. If you can, of course. I mean, obviously, if they want something absolutely ridiculous, which trust me, I've gotten a few of those hits before. I'm like, look, man, I'm happy to, to cut a deal or to try to work with you. But what you're asking for is just straight up robbery on your end. Yeah.
Right. No, and even to you, I was a victim of that. I donated to a short film that came out. I cannot remember the name of the film. And, I'm not doing it with any jadedness or anger or anything, but I'm going to speak to it because it did happen. I cannot think of the name. Ariel Basco is the director, but I guess one of the producers on it, who I know is not a fan of me as a person. I was trying to donate to help them because, I was connected with them at one point. I was trying to be nice and like support, and I guess it was supposed to come with a credit, and they didn't credit me because the producer didn't like me. And all I asked was like, I wasn't trying to be a dick. I was like, but I did donate. Like, couldn't you at least like have sent me an email and saying, or not taken my money? And like, there was an apology, a half-assed apology and stuff. But like, after that, like, I trust you guys above and beyond like your transparency. And to kind of piggyback off of that story, I've worked with you guys. I've donated. I never review any movies at /15 that I donate to, just so you got, like, he knows, but just for all of you out there watching, listening, because as a reviewer, I don't do that. But I will donate because I do appreciate the movies, and I always like being, a part of it in a way where I see the transparency. You know what I mean? Not be a part of it, but it's, you guys really do. You go above and beyond with everything. And I've really I've noticed that's something that not only have I noticed, but I've appreciated, because I'm starting to see other filmmakers within that circle do it too, like you are. Mm-hmm. Whereas like in this instance which only happened like 3 or 4 years ago, in this instance where they did that and there was no transparency on it, there was not even a discussion until I went, like, that jaded me from donating. Oh, now, yeah. I've been in this business 25 years. The crowdfunding portion of this is I was out of the business before that really kicked off. You know what I mean? And doing this portion of it. So with that being said, I could never imagine doing that to an investor.
Yeah. I mean,
so to have it happen, like, that's where you're going to, like, other filmmakers are going to suffer, because now I will donate to people like you guys and like ones that I really trust. But I have people reaching out to me constantly to donate. And I'm like, I just can't trust you. I cannot trust anything you're saying. And I'm not going to promote for you either. Because if you're going to do this, like, how do I know you're not going to do this to somebody who supports my show?
Exactly.
So I 100% agree with you. It's disgusting when you have those foul players out there doing it. But yeah, ultimately, like, I'd say you guys don't need this, but like anybody who's putting that together, like, be honest, be transparent. And if you don't want the money or something, or don't take it, or you're going to fail in this business. Like, you can't cheat people.
No, you can't. I mean, and look, we're all human. Trust me. We have missed things before, and people reach out to us. One, above all, be prompt, on responding to them. Like, when they ask you about concern, that concern should be addressed within 24 hours. It should not be any longer than that. And try to make it right. Like, if you can make it right, still make it right. If not, I would recommend doing what we do is like, we try to offer like an alternative option, and generally what it is, it's actually generally of a bit of a greater value than what they originally got, just to make up and let them know, hey, look, we definitely missed that. That's on us. How about this? And
I've seen you guys do that too.
Oh yeah, and most of the time they actually say, yeah, that's great, we'll take it. And the few times that I really just didn't want that, and we're like, you know what, that's fine, no hard feelings. And you know what, we always give them a refund. And the best part, I can honestly tell you too, I know a few of those people that we had to do that to, they came back to our next crowdfunder and they still donated to us. Yeah. So, that actually meant more to me. It meant like, hey, there really was no hard feelings. And I think a lot of it was, like you said, being transparent about everything. Like, keep everyone in the loop. If people has a question about what's going on with your filmmaking, I know a lot's going on during that time, and you get, you're really busy. You're trying to work with scheduling, trying to get cast ready, trying to get film shots ready, getting call sheets prepared, making sure catering's lined up and ready to go for all the film dates, make sure your locations are locked in and the equipment's ready to go, etc. It's chaos. And and then yes, you're getting people hitting you up. Hey, what about this perk? When's this coming out? Or hey, how about this? You still got to take out time. You got to answer those questions. Keep them in the loop. Even if you can't get into a really deep one, at least respond to them. Let them know, like, hey, look, I'm getting ready to go on set right now. When I have a free moment, I will respond back to you, and I'll give you a much more definitive answer. Just communication's key.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, and I agree with you. And to kind of go into what you were saying with the planning and such. So, like I said, once you get the script, you start that you're putting together your crowdfunding. You kind of have the blueprint for that, what you want to do, because that's going to spell out a lot of your timeline and such. So once you're at that point, like, where do you go? Like, what kind of crew do you put together initially with the pre-production phase? Like,
we pre-production, we generally already have a bit of a set crew, but our crew has always kept on growing more and more. Like when we did Blaze Summer Camp, like really our PAs was myself and Jamie and Dave and Amber, who were the writer, director, and the special effects artists. We were also the PAs, also assisting Owen from the very first Blaze Summer Camp. But then like later on during that one, we met Jonathan Nugent, who actually is our sound guy, and he's absolutely phenomenal. He's a longtime veteran. Owen was already our DP on board, and
Owen's great.
Yeah, and
Owen's great.
Yeah, he really is, and he's been with us for since then. And then after that, with Go Away, we started to expand a little bit more. We actually got a couple extra PAs. We actually got a script supervisor to come on to help assist. We realized that we needed more of that. Then when we did Slashers, it actually we not only did we do that, but we actually decided, you know what, it'd be a good idea if we got some extra help on set. So we got a second DP so we could do two different angles of the same shot at the same time to cut down on time. And stuff. We also got a second camera and sound guy with Jordan Miller, the writer director from The Only Ones. Jordan is absolutely amazing. He's a great guy. We actually brought him back as our second DP for our second cameraman. For Blaze Summer Camp 2, and he had so many great ideas for so many great shots that we decided to run with. And oh my God, that's all. And then we just grew from there. We realized even on Blaze Summer Camp 2, we actually hired our lead Regina Groth from Slash Nurse because we loved her so much. And I kind of adopt her as like a little sister to me because I don't know why. There's just something about her. Every time she's on my set, I just felt like I had to torment her like she was like my little sister. I would get people to scare the crap out of her for me and stuff like that. But so we wanted to make sure she had a spot. So we decided to try to make her the script supervisor, but she really wanted to do Slate. But we said, well, how about you try both? And we actually found out for ourselves that, you know what? That was too much for any one person to handle. That needed to be two jobs. So when we started doing Farmhouse and moving forward, we actually made my wife Jamie. She is now our new script supervisor, and Regina is now our Slate girl moving forward. And also, I'm gonna go ahead and put a little extra nudge right here right now. Also, when we did Blaze Summer Camp 2, we blew up our PA section, big time. We hired on a bunch of very, very hardworking, and I am not even trying to upsell this. They were phenomenal. One of them is joining us right now, actually, Mr. Paul Dunn. Paul was amazing, along with Tony Garland, along with Bobby High, along with Ashley Jordan, I believe is how you pronounce it. Sorry, Ashley, if I cut that wrong. She was actually our hitchhiker in Blaze Summer Camp 1. Jess was also a part of that as well. These people were just running like chickens with their heads cut off. I remember actually one time, me and Owen were like, hey, Ashley, can you go and grab this or this prop? It's all the way on the other side of camp. I'm like, we're like, yeah, I'll be right back and go get it. Then Owen and I were just like, all right, well, I guess we got a couple of minutes. We just grabbed our vapes. We'll hit our vapes and just have a little chat. I think we hit our vape twice, and Ashley's like, I got it. We're like, what? Pace yourself.
But I need to see these rap books.
But yeah, when you have the opportunity to grow, and the best advice I can give you on finding the right people to bring in and to help you grow, find the ones that are doing it because they believe in what you're doing, not for what they can get out of instead of feeling or what they're going to try to get into it. And you can tell the difference, like on that one. People who really just want to come in, like, "Hey, I love what you are doing." I can give you a great example of this. There was a gentleman who contacted us. His name is Matt Pulley. He lives out, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say he lives out in Missouri, I think it is. And he hit us up, and he said, "Hey, I heard you guys were doing the farmhouse. I want to know, could I come on and be a PA? I'll take a bus and everything and come out here. And I got to work on your film set." And we're, of course, like, "Well, all right. Well, why do you want to come in?" It's like, "Dude, I saw Go Away and I fell in love with that movie. I love home invasion slashers. And that was so good. When I saw that, I had to come work for you guys. Like, I don't know. I don't care what I have to do. Like, I will lug whatever you want me to lug. Like, I will do whatever it takes. I just got to be on your set. And so I can see you all do what you do." And those kind of attitudes are like, how can you say no to that kind of attitude? It's all like, I want to be there. I want to be there for all the right reasons, kind of thing. And we've been very blessed. We keep on finding more and more of them like that. And, Paul, same way, Paul, and actually Tony Garland, both, like they saw Play Summer Camp and fell in love with Play Summer Camp and said, "Hey, I would really love just to be on your all set to see how you all make these kind of movies happen. Like, I want to see this."
That's awesome. And honestly, that's how you build a good stock company. So congratulations to you guys. And now with this, now you're crowdfunding. When do you feasibly think you'll get to principal photography?
Well, we are going to do a proof of concept. We're going to shoot that next weekend.
Nice.
But as far as the actual filming going, we are looking at starting in March, as long as all funding is there for what we need. We really don't want to cut corners on this one. Like the real big one is
need a production manager.
Hey.
I've loved your stuff since the beginning. I would love to, and I do mean that. Last time I was supposed to work on it, and I got COVID. So now I'm just saying, fuck it. Everyone's getting it.
I don't care.
No, but no, it's a lot of fun. Your sets are good times, and I applaud you guys because doing this work, it's an admirable. Like you see a lot of independent filmmakers that are in it for the wrong reasons and are not doing it for the pure love of it. Mm-hmm. But that's not what I see when I see you guys, not just together in person or talk to you, but in your movies. There is a level of that. This must have been fun. This just must have been fun to be around everybody. Like, you can always tell when you're watching a movie, like when the real fun shines through. And that definitely, I've seen it on all your movies for sure. And it's fantastic. And so for you, getting ready, you're hoping towards March. Is there anything else that you guys like? I know you can't reveal maybe anything with /15, but for you personally, is there anything else you got coming up that you're excited to be working on?
Oh, actually, yes, I am. I'm also happy to announce that next month. In October, I actually have been casted, and I am going to be working with Matt Cloud on his film Barbara, which is a loose sequel to the original Night of the Living Dead.
Nice. That is awesome. Fantastic. All right. I like that. Actually, I like when people do that sometimes. There have been quite a few people who put like sequels out. Like even Return of the Living Dead is sort of a sequel in spirit because of the John Russo connection. But last year one came out, Festival of the Dead, I think it was called.
Oh yeah.
I dug that. So like I'm looking forward, I like that concept. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And especially with your face in it, it's gonna be amazing.
Oh shucks. Go
on. So right now it is open. You guys have to go out. You got to donate. Again, it will be in the descriptions, whether you're watching or listen to us at a later time. But with anything else, like what kind of perks can everybody look forward to on this new one?
Oh, well, we already got some really cool interactive ones already up. We have one more left of your voice in the film, and it could be a lot of different things. You might be a newscaster on the radio. You might be working the CB. It might be a narration. We try to make it as fun as possible. We try never do it the same thing over and over. Obviously, with some things you kind of have to. Same with also we have photos in your film. We do the same thing with that one too. We always try to make it fun, like and different from each one. Like in Blaze Summer Camp, we did the more basic, generic one of like we made a lot of missing persons, kind of posters that were all around the camp or outside the camp area and stuff. But then to go away, we actually made them all like photos, like all in the main house where the home invasion was happening. But and therefore, of course, you're here thinking, all right, well, that's okay, but it actually had a bigger plot twist to it. It was revealed later on in the movie that all those photos and those frames, when you take them out, were actually victims of one of the killers from the story. So they actually had a more fun one. And then, of course, in the slashers, I like this one a lot. We did a lot of the photos, like for our bar scene. We made a bar patrons who were all like not allowed to come to the bar. They were kicked out, so they were like little like posters of people like, and we always make it fun, like we always put like little fun little things, like Bob can't come in here anymore. Like here's a picture of Bob. Reason for why. That man has never hit the toilet seat once in his life. You know what?
That's awesome.
We always try to have fun with it. So we have those kind of fun interactive perks. Of course, if you wanted, want something more mainstream, we have the executive producer perks and the associate producer perks. We also have like T-shirt designs. We have a new cool monster one up. It kind of looks like a monster, like eyes and like teeth. But when you look at it closer, like inside of the design, you'll see Uncle Fred's on the eyes, and you'll see Monster's problem like in the teeth. It's actually really neat. Kind of when you look at it from a distance, it just looks like a monster face. But then when you get up closer, you're like, oh no, it's more than that.
I love it. I did see some of these T-shirts that you guys were doing and stuff, and they look really wickedly cool. And that first day one was cool too.
Yeah.
So you guys do offer some interesting stuff. Like your perks are always fun, like movie memorabilia stuff like that. So I think it really is a big hit, and like we see more and more of the fans piling up with each passing movie. So you guys are killing it. So Slasher 15. Uncle Fred's Monster Problem. That's what they're working on now, and they're collecting for. But Bloody Summer Camp 2 will be out. Do you have a release date yet, or are you still waiting?
We don't have one right now. We were hoping for October, but we found out that October is just not realistic. Part of it is we had one pickup shot. Like we already did like half on camp. We already did half of the death scene. But we wanted to go a lot further with it and really give it the Amber Vulture effect scenes kind of treatment. So we actually shot that about 3 weeks ago. Actually, we
nice.
That. So we are gunning. I believe right now we are gunning for November. Right now everything is on track for that. But we will always keep everyone updated. If we can't make November, we will let everyone know. If we can't make November, I think it may just be really early, like next year release. We don't like doing things usually around December because it's a crazy time for try to have a premiere when everyone's trying to do family events and stuff.
Yeah.
Going out and stuff. It's just not the best time to try to do that. So if we can't make December, then it may be possibly like maybe early next year, like maybe February, March of next year, which, hey, might be a great time. Like, start filming Uncle Fred's Monster Problem, go watch Bloody Summer Camp 2. And hopefully we are closing in well too, by the way. We are getting very, 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 very close to signing our final distribution deal with the Slashers. Once that happens, then hopefully in the next 2 to 3 months, we will be able to announce where it's streaming.
Heck yeah.
Listen, that's success
awesome.
in my opinion. if you could possibly be working on one movie while another one of your movies is coming out, that's a good sign of success. And another one streaming already. Well, you have multiple streaming already. But I think that's fantastic. I think you guys are doing such a great job. And for indie film and what you do for it, and what you do for the indie film community, I appreciate you guys, like, just as a film lover, as a filmmaker. Like, what you guys are doing is a model that I wish more would follow. And there are a lot out there like who do follow or similar that I have to give a lot of credit to, but you're here, so I'm giving you the most. But you guys are killing it. You're doing wonderful work. Dave, each passing movie looks better, sounds better. From his eye, I can tell. but it is that collaborative effort of everybody being in there. So I want to thank you for coming on here, talking to us about the project, talking about a lot of your projects in /15, hanging out with us. You are awesome. Go follow them.
I love you guys.
I love you. You know that. And we just truly appreciate being here and talking to us about this and kind of giving us a bit of an insight on how everything works, you know, and like what you're getting into. It's just fantastic. I love talking it. So I just don't want to keep it too long. We're going to be closing out the show, so I want to say goodbye. But thank you for joining us tonight, my friend.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you all so much for having me. I actually really had a lot of fun. And honestly, y'all had some really awesome picks in y'all's top fives. Like,
hey, thank you.
Well, we do have one more thing before you go. You have to leave us with something before you leave. And that is your movie recommendations for us in the audience that movies that you think we should check out.
Okay, you know what? I actually just posted this one actually on my social media just a couple days ago. It was one of those ones I found out more about the movie later on. Apparently, it's a part of a 3-story novel. I had no idea it was, but a lot of people were telling me that again. And the funny thing is, this first movie actually was pretty accurate to the first novel, and that is Clown in a Cornfield.
Oh yeah, I like that one. That
was a really fun movie. I actually really dug that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. I enjoyed that one a lot.
This one, it's an older one too, but it's one that I was late to the party on. But I was so blown away. I was like, it was one of those ones when I saw it. It was on my radar when I first heard about it, and I waited until it was probably about 8 years later to finally sit down to watch it, and I hate myself for waiting that long. But the Benito del Toro and Anthony Hopkins remake of The Wolfman. Oh my God!
It got not enough credit when it came out because that was so messed up.
I was in shock and all. Like I was like, oh my God! I mean, because like one of my very first loves growing up as a kid was Lon Chaney Jr.'s The Wolfman. I loved it. Like he was he played that perfect tortured soul. And everything. You really felt bad for the guy. Like almost like he didn't want this. He just wanted to die, and yet somehow he just couldn't die. It's just
wild.
I mean, and that movie, I felt like was not only a great love letter to the original, but they did it the right way. They got all the core elements of the original, but they also gave it its own thing to make it its own and not make it feel like it's a carbon copy. Similar to my Bloody Valentine, when they did the reboot of that one. It had all the good core elements of the original that really kind of made you get into and like it, but it threw enough in there to make you say, yeah, but you know what? This isn't exactly the same. And they are kind of giving it their own twist to it. And actually, to be honest, that's actually one of my favorite reboots. To be honest, actually, both of those are actually really high up there for me now. If I'm to be honest with you,
that's awesome. I love those recommendations. And honestly, it's very telling, those films, as to what type of horror you're really into. The films you make and those. That is not a dig. I love that. Like, I think that's it's. These are all indie based, and it really works. And I love that you're that's what you're pulling from. These are wonderful recommendations, my friend.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, man.
Oh yeah, man. But one thing I do want to say to you, I have a bone to pick with you before you go.
Uh-oh.
I read your post about Scream. No two whiny little high schoolers are coming into my home and murdering me. If they murder me, I did something wrong. Nobody's getting me today. Well, all right, high school was. But yeah, I can't talk about everybody, but every time I watch that movie, I love Scream. But you watch the other movies, with the exception of the third one, which only had one person as the killer, and I don't care, it's 25 years old, get over it, people.
Yeah.
That first one, I get, but Sydney's dad always pissed me off because I'm I wish they had explained how they caught him or got to him or something, got the best of him. Because it can happen. I'm not saying it can if they attack them from behind. But like, I had to believe like this dude just kind of laid down, was like, all right, tie me up, because that's the way he was acting. It's like, I'm making every bit of noise while I'm in that closet. I don't care. I'm fighting my whole way through. They're not even getting through. Like, it's a stupid question. I'm not letting them through. In fact, you call me up, you ask me what's your favorite horror movie? Come inside. That's my favorite horror movie. I'm in the living room. Come find me. Let's see what's going to happen next. Bring your knives.
This is actually what inspired me to make that post too. Was like someone else did a meme about that one, but it was different though. Like this person did a meme going like, "I know I'd survive a Scream movie because I never answer my phone." And I was just thinking, I was like, you know, I'm like the complete opposite. Like, I not only would I answer the phone, I'd be gabbing with him for hours about all my favorite horror movies. You know what? Yeah, the dude probably block me. Like, oh my god, this dude just won't shut the hell up. I gotta go quick. Oh, not again, block.
I'm beating one of those high schoolers with the other high schooler. That's what's happening in this scenario. It's like the age-old question: how many schoolyard kids could you beat in a fight? Is it going to matter when you whip one at the others? Like, they're all going to run. At that point, it's just like, it's like, you got to be fierce here. You can't let these kids overtake you.
They're going to run away like those kids off of weapons. Straight arms out. Just
knocking stuff over.
That is definitely on my radar to watch, too. Like, I definitely am going to check out Weapons. I've been hearing really good things about that one, so I'm definitely catching it. It's
not, in my opinion, it's not the best horror movie of the year, but it is well done.
I do have a highly anticipated one at the end of this year. I'm definitely dying for, which is Thanksgiving 2.
Oh, is it coming out this year?
Yep, it's out this November.
I like the first one a lot. The first one was zany and wild, but I really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, I mean, like to me, it was Scream meets Eli Roth gore effects, and I was like, and to me, that's like, well, you just hit my love chords right there, didn't you?
I think that's why killers today, because of how horror movies evolved in a weird way, and I'm talking like high school slasher, like we're talking about Scream. You watch a movie like Thanksgiving or something like that now, there's so much more fierce. Mm-hmm. The killers are so much like, even like Jason was like probably and Freddy were probably the most. Well, no, that's not true. Yeah. But Leatherface wasn't around in the 80s. Only the one movie, and it was a comedy. Yeah. So like, I can't count all the other ones in the 80s movies. You know what I mean? Like, they just weren't. That was where he was really fierce. That's why I don't usually go to him. And Hellraiser was fun, but I like the second one more. That's just me.
Yeah, no, I mean, I could definitely see. I mean, like, you know, I was going that way with the Phantasms too. I actually liked Phantasm 2 more than I liked the first one.
I do too, actually, but I think it's because it's a studio picture.
Oh,
and not because I gravitate only to studio pictures, of course, but because they had the chance to step it up, and it was interesting. I thought it was an interesting movie. I thought they went to a good place with it, and it had more Reggie in it.
Oh yeah, no,
I think that was another one too, and that's why I like the subsequent ones afterwards. Like when Reggie becomes the main focus, I'm into it. But anyway, that's just me. I can keep talking about this all day long. I want to say thank you to Mike McGlynn for coming on here, discussing horror with us, talking about his projects and more, and giving us fantastic recommendations. You are an awesome guy, my friend, and I appreciate you.
Oh, likewise, guys. You guys are absolutely freaking awesome, man. And everyone who's watching, man, keep subscribing to these guys. Like, boy, like, you know, and I'm not saying it because I'm on here. I'm saying this because I personally know each of these guys. I have been around these guys multiple times. I have hugged these guys on numerous occasions. I am telling you, these are some of the coolest, most nicest, most realest people around. So watch these guys, subscribe to these guys, and keep giving these guys love.
You're the man. Thank you so much, Mike. We're going to say goodnight, but I appreciate you being here. And go check out everything Slasher 15's doing, because you got some big stuff coming up, guys. Yes. All right. Take care, buddy.
Bye.
Hey. Oh, man, that was fun. That was a good time.
Hell yeah.
Well, everybody. Well, let me ask you. You didn't answer. Do you think that the high school kids are getting you?
I'm going to be one of the kids breaking into the house. So, I mean,
you're not a kid. You can't say that anymore. You can't say that. You're thinking like a 7. Paul, this is the conversation I have in my head every time you tell me something. I'm like, what? He still thinks he's 17.
No.
I was like, you're not a young man anymore, buddy.
So
no. What was that movie? So
Breakfast Club.
no, yeah, but there was no. He says no, or then he says so, but like, oh, they were making fun of it. Not another teen movie.
There you go. Sorry.
Remember, I couldn't think because he was like one of those ones where he kept saying this, like, yeah, he says so and no in that, and yeah, that's iconic, right? But like for some reason, always drives right to not another teen movie when he's just kind of trying to figure out, like he's like picking on him with it. He's like, if your car breaks down, what do you need? A tow, you know, shit like that. I'm into it, whatever. You now thinking like a true man in his 30s. Yes. And not that you are one of the hanging out with teenagers on Friday nights trying to murder other teenagers, which somehow made that whole weirder.
you stated it like that. You thought it out too much for me.
Oh, let's see if I can think it out a weirder way. So all those nights that where you're spending time with high school kids.
Yep.
And like having like deep conversations about the most intimate of affairs going on in their lives. How do you get convinced to become one of the killers?
I get so annoyed by their teeny bopping bullshit that I'm just like, I gotta kill something. So who's mad at someone's family?
You're a short king, my friend. I have to, and I'm gonna open it up this way. A beautiful short king. I won't call you little. You're not little. But you're a short king.
Mm-hmm.
And I say this with all the love and affinity in the world. I would pay anything if I could afford it to see Matthew Lillard in a Ghostface costume, Skeet Ulrich in a Ghostface costume, and then you in a Ghostface costume, all standing side by side. And I want everyone in the line to pick out of the lineup which one's Paul. It's like Paul looks like the kid in the suit.
that singular bar drops real low for that last one, for that first bar. It's like, dude,
I'm just talking about height wise.
Yeah, no, right.
You would look at them, like say they're teenage age in the movie. You would look at them and be like, "Did you bring a child with you?"
And I'd run like that too, like Tom Cruise, just all
He's
crazy.
So tall.
Is he?
Matt Lillard's tall, not Tom. Tom Cruise isn't tall. Tom Cruise is a little guy.
No, Tom Cruise is shorter than me.
Now, if we put Tom Cruise in a Ghostface costume and we put Sylvester Stallone in a Ghostface costume and Joe Rogan in a Ghostface costume, we'd know who the tallest was out of all of them with you, because you'd be taller, because they're all like 5'2". So
that's crazy.
They're not short kings, they're shortlings. That's what they are. You're a short king. That's what we're going with. You still have no answer. Like, you can't beat up two high school kids if they're coming to kill you.
Oh yeah, no problem. No, I got a 2x4. I want to feel it every time I break some of their shit. So
yeah, I don't really like go for violence. Okay, all right. Before we go to the final segment, I got to ask you this. Any clips? No, I got to ask you this though. Killers wise, in a horror movie, and I'm talking about human killers. Nobody's expecting to beat up Jason or Freddy or anything like that. And Michael Myers is out of it too. Although, what's your chances against Michael Myers? What do you
Michael Myers?
Yeah.
Probably not that high, to be honest, because that man just constantly walking at you. I smoke too much. I'm gonna get tired real quick.
You can't run from him. You got to take the fight to him.
Right. Yeah, and I'm not taking the fight to him. That man's tall as shit. I always think of Rob Zombie's.
I'm 6'8". I'm taller than him.
Right. Yeah, but you're still looking down on him. Like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, God. Dude,
I'm wearing
like David Goliath, but
I'm taking
God ain't behind me, and I ain't got no little stone. Like, I'm just fucked. I'm just gonna stand there and be like,
okay, so you're just gonna stand there? You're not even gonna hide?
I mean, why avoid the inevitable? Fuck it. Let me smoke a cigarette and take a shot.
All right. You saw Weapons, and we didn't get to review it together. So let me ask you this, not to give too much away.
Okay.
Are you investigating that? Are you one of those townspeople that are trying to figure out what happened to those kids?
Oh, 100%.
Really? You saw what happened to the people who investigated that?
Yeah, they're dumb. How'd you not understand?
Oh, because your hair is short? She's gonna take your pubic hair.
I don't want to give anything away. I don't know. If I saw that person looking like that, I already know you're the fucking one. Like, don't judge a book by its cover, but also judge a book by its fucking cover. Really.
So wait, your idea for horror movies is just completely judge people and you'll know who the killer is?
Facts. That's it. That's how you figure it out.
How do you figure that out for prom night? Tell me that.
You said weapons. We weren't talking about no fucking prom night.
one book the judges cover. Oh man, I would have just guessed Cecily Nielsen. It would have been like, it's him.
I'd probably just leave the town too if I couldn't figure it out. I'd be like, I'm just not living here. There's a town like a mile away.
Listen, I'm not living there if I'm living on a suburban street and a junkie's walking by. Like, what are you doing
that
here?
That dude was so chill. I got like 6 friends that remind me of that dude.
I have plenty of people I care about too. I don't want them walking around my neighborhood. I want my TV to stay. You know,
and I have cop friends that are equally as useless, spelled with a Y, like the main cop too.
Right? Oh my god! Like that, he was the epitome of a cop. Like, other cops should just be like, "You shouldn't be here, dude. This isn't you. This isn't for you. Like, go be something else."
Right.
He was, yeah. But he wasn't written in a way that like made me hate him or anything. I like that actor. I didn't love him as Han Solo, but I like that actor and such, and I liked him in this, but he is such a dipshit. He is such a dipshit in this. Like, when he got stuck, I was like, oh my god, you remind me of somebody I know. Like, you didn't even think about that. Like, he was asking straight up, like, how are you not going to feel or pat the... I don't know. Whatever.
Right.
He was such...
Right.
But that's his
straight
character. It wasn't a commentary on police. It was a commentary on him. But
yes.
Yeah, that one threw me for a loop. But
Justin Long finally got to live.
Who?
Justin Long.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, there's like somebody's saying there's like a conspiracy theory that he's tied into like his barbarian character or whatever is tied into this. No, you don't think so? Okay. I don't really put his guy. I need to watch Barbarian again because it's been since it came out. So I don't know recently,
but I should watch it.
But I don't know what the connections would be if there are any, even if they're like spiritual connections in the movies, like Jordan Peele sort of does. Like, even if there's spiritual connections, I'd have to rewatch. I'd have to like get Barbarian, like refresh my mind on Barbarian. But it was good though.
You know what? That makes sense now because there's a company that just came out with new horror shirts and they did Barbarian and this one, even though I know they did. Maybe.
Well, the director directed.
Now I got to look into it. Yeah, right. But now I got to look into both. Fuck.
Dude, oh my god! You know, I was a big fan of The Whitest Kids You Know, the show that he was on.
Get out of here!
We watched that in college all the time. It was so funny. But the 7 hot dogs. I was when he had the 7 hot dogs on the tray. I'm like, I remember saying, I'm like, that's so many hot dogs. Who's gonna? They're not gonna all. I was like, first off, I was like him because he was putting me together. I'm like, one man's not gonna eat all those hot dogs. And he had his husband there, and I'm like, all right, 2 men, but I say that's still a lot of hot dogs. That's still a lot of hot dogs for the 7 hot dogs is from it's paying tribute to Whitest Kids You Know.
Yeah,
there was a bit, and actually, if you watch that bit, they did the same thing on I think it was Detroiters.
Okay,
it was similar. Like, it was a little too eerily similar, but The Whitest Kids You Know did it first, where he was just like, you know, you eat 7 hot dogs a day. He's like, is that too much? You know, something like that. So especially with what's his name, the lead having passed away recently. So
Trevor Moore, yes,
Trevor Moore. But yeah, I just say it was a really well done. What's your favorite horror movie of the year so far?
Of this year?
Yeah.
Oh God,
and why is it Sinners?
You didn't like Sinners. No,
you didn't like
Sinners.
Like really. At all? You didn't like Sinners?
I mean, I thought it was okay. I just think it was overhyped. I didn't see how amazing it was that everyone else.
Too much singing. You don't like musicals? Is that it?
You know, I love musicals. Just like I know you love Yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
Go ahead, say it. Go ahead.
No,
anybody who watches the show knows I hate the Sound of Music. Don't even.
It's Fiddler on the Roof. I wasn't even going to say Sound of Music. I was going to go with tradition and go into different routes.
Dude, I'm rewatching Community. And I forgot how good that show is, especially that second season, which was just perfect. But there's one where Troy, played by Donald Glover, he gets a part in an all-black performance of Fiddler on the Roof, and he's rapping the whole time, but like with the cadence of the song. And I just like, it's perfect. I had to mention it as soon as you said Fiddler on the Roof, because I love Fiddler on the Roof. Don't be a jerk. You don't put me in your box of hating Fiddler because I hate the Sound of Music. Shit happens in Fiddler. You know, it doesn't happen in the Sound of Music. Anything until the last 5 minutes when the Nazis show up. Yeah.
Oh my
it's
God.
Everybody, and that's like not everybody's favorite part. Like, come on.
My favorite part is with the marionette puppets.
Yeah, but it's so stupid. Nothing happens in that dumb movie. I do not understand why that movie is held to a high. You got me on a fucking rant again.
She turned 7. There's a lot of shit that happens in that movie.
What?
she has a birthday. They fall in love. They get a new mom. A nun goes against her oath. The easiest
a man has ever picked up a woman. Like, no wonder people love this movie, because it's a fantasy. This dude just had to like exist to find a wife. He had that you know how he got a wife? After his wife died? You know how he got a new wife?
I already have another.
He had 7 kids. That's how he got a new wife. He needed a nanny. That's it. Nothing happened. And it wasn't even interesting. Oh my God. That's not an even interesting aspect of it. It's not. Think about it. That could have been a great love story. I'm fine with that love story. But they gloss over it. She just is loved by the family in like the first 10 seconds. Even the fiance is like, you know what? You guys are in love. You should be together.
All right.
There was no tension, no pushback or fight on this. It's just go be happy.
She knew the deal. She was only doing it just to stay married in her same class. That's it. It made sense.
Nothing happens in that movie, and I do not understand why people love it so much.
But to put you in a better mood, The Whitest Kids You Ever Know right now on Vudu is on sale for $14.99, and I just bought the whole thing of it. Sam has never seen it. I didn't know Sam had never seen it. So we've been watching from the first season. She's probably on midway through season 2 right now. And I've been loving rewatching it, and she's been dying laughing.
That show needs to go down as like we talk about SNL, which I think hit or miss in certain decades, but like Living Color we talk about, things like that. That show needs to go down with great sketch comedy.
Yeah.
Thank you for getting me out of my anger of the Sound of Music.
You're welcome. I was scared I was going to pull up that nail gun.
You got me mad, and you calmed me down. I appreciate it. But we're going to go on to our final segments. It's time for Mick's Movie Picks. That's right.
I know that movie.
I know you do. It's actually our final classic film review for the month of August. We're also doing Summer Rental as Does It Suck, which will be out on Tuesday. But next Friday and the last Friday, we will have classic film reviews coming out. We're doing Point Break. That's right. The Catherine Bigelow film from 1991. I think you guys will really enjoy it if you haven't checked it out. Johnny Utah is an FBI agent, man. It's just, it's such a fun, action-y, wild ride of a movie. This and Speed really pair well together, in my opinion. And Swayze's great in it, the whole nine. So if you haven't had a chance to check it out. If you do want to, go check out our classic film review of it. We'll get a little more in depth with my review and the backstory of the movie. And we do the same for Does It Suck, which sort of asks the question of these old movies that sort of get lost in time and say, does it really suck? And we're doing Summer Rental. And that will finish out our beach movie month here in August. And I have a special special surprise for you guys. We're going to be doing specially curated list for our Snobtober Halloween event. The next 2 months, September, is all going to be horror, baby, and you're going to enjoy it and love it. on the Scene Snobs, and we had our Does It Suck episodes, all 9 of them, and all 9 of our classic film reviews have been provided from us by our good friend Sir Sturdy over at Sturdivision channel. He picked them all out in November. Crime drama. Trevor Stoudemire is going to be picking those out. We're going to be doing guest curating for our shows for a little while, so hopefully you'll be here for it. Next week, our guest had to reschedule. He'll be over here. We're going to have Jordan Miller, fantastic filmmaker. Cannot wait to talk to him. We're going to be talking about cinematography and films. He'll be coming on September 26th. We have the crew from Haunt Fest coming on September 5th. Billy Perry, who is a stuntman and an actor, who's going to be on September 12th. Make sure you guys are joining in for all that. It's going to be a great time, and we have tons more guests lined up for you down the line. We're going to be talking film, movies that we really love, and reviewing stuff. It's going to be a great time. So make sure to go check that out. But check out all of our reviews in between. Also, Discovering Horror is coming back October 1st to be exact. So go check that out as well. And I have one thing I should talk about. Paul's going to be joining me, and I think we're going to have some guests along for the ride. We are doing another special sort of collection. Like we do a franchise thing every once in a while, but we're doing something big this time. Like we've done Godzilla, where we watched all 40 Godzilla films and TV shows and everything. This time we're doing Aliens and Predators. Yes. It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a wild ride. We're gonna be watching the TV show Alien Earth. We're gonna start there, and we're gonna go in order and just go down the line and watch all the movies, starting with Alien, and then going into AVP, and then crossing over into Predator before Predator Badlands comes out. So you can check that out. That's going to be a special show that's pre-recorded. It will be up on the YouTube channel. You got to make sure you subscribe for more and stuff like that. But before we go, I want to do my film definitions. That's right, everybody. So I got this book. Well, I didn't get this exact book in college, but the complete film handbook and dictionary I did have in college. It was a book you kind of had to have. This isn't actually an older version, but I dig it because it still holds up, because it's more about film history, filmmaking, different definitions that you want to look up in that. So I pick out something at random in each episode and I read it for you. Let me take a drink, shall we? All right. Oh, here we go. What do you want to learn about today, Paul? I'm in the D's.
Ooh, let's see. D's. Is there like a directing section?
I'm sure there is, but I'm in the DO section.
Oh, DO?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. How about we learn about double exposure today?
Sounds perfect. I got charged with that.
Oh, Christ. Not this one. The superimposition of two images, one over the other, by exposing the same piece of film twice. Double exposure is a conscious technique in professional cinematography to, one, show what a person is remembering, thinking, or dreaming while ghosts or other supernatural effects in an image of the real physical world. That was for 2 for double exposure. If you want to do ghost, 3 is comment upon the primary scene by some visual contrast or metaphor seen simultaneously with the scene. 4, suggest a change in time by dissolving from one scene to another. Exposing the same negative twice would, of course, result in an overexposed negative unless each exposure were stepped down. The primary scene should, however, be given more of an exposure. The device is not often seen today since it seems too unnatural and is often used in the past. Yes, that is true. Double exposure in a form it's much easier in the way we do things now. We shoot everything digital and everything's edited digitally. It's a completely different world. Back then, that was an art within itself. Working with film was just I suggest any filmmakers that can get a chance to work with film should. I remember a film, when I get into the industry and I was like working in, I was going to film school and working while I was in there, it was kind of crossing over into the digital world. We were happy about that, but we were sad to see film go. But we were very lucky because at that time with the crossover, we got to work on 16 millimeter. We got to work on 35 millimeter. We got to go and visit the film houses and stuff, the post houses and stuff, how they worked on the films. We visited Kodak at one point. So like, you know, you get a chance to do it. I think if you can get a chance to get those tangible skills of like touching film, working with film, how to load in a tent, things like that, because you're blind the entire time. I think that is an important factor. It's unfortunate that double exposure like this doesn't matter anymore. Like that definition I read to you, nobody really does it anymore with film, but it is important to note those things. I think these things are important pieces in film history and filmmaking history. So that was my review of that. I do want to say, we're going to link it down below, but we are probably going to be doing a charity event soon we talked about it. And usually I try to bring a new theater you guys should check out. I'm trying to add that to this podcast as well, like a new theater or something to support an indie film or something like that. But of course, go support Uncle Fred's Monster Problem. But in Stevens City, Virginia, there's the Family Drive-In, and they're kind of hurting right now, and they could use some support if you can. And if you go to their website, just type in Family Drive-In, you'll be able to find it. But it's if you can donate to them, I think they could really use it. I would like to see movie theaters stay, the good ones at least. But yeah, that's my story. But you got anything for me, Paul?
If you guys decide to watch Point Break, don't watch that reboot, remake, whatever garbage that was that came out in 2000. Watch the original, please.
Yeah, that is for sure. That's begging.
Also,
us begging.
School year is starting up. It doesn't matter where I work. I'm sure a lot of other organizations are doing it right now. But try to find your local school supply drives or your donations. You would be surprised how far just donating a couple glue sticks or notebooks, because you might think it's something small, but some parent might not be able to afford that for their child, and you're helping them be more equipped for school. Not to sound cheesy, but the children are our future. And if you can help them out, and if you can't help out, directly by donating something like that, maybe you try to find a way to volunteer. So we all need to group together and do our part.
Absolutely. I couldn't say it better myself. Absolutely. You should do that. Please go donate, try and help out schools if you can. There's plenty of organizations. We've covered them in the past on here. So it is important. We got to help kids out. They're having a tough time right now. They always seem to get the short end of the stick, but especially right now. And I want to say thank you guys for watching, listening, hanging out with us. I know times are tough lately. I hear from you guys. We talk about it with you guys and stuff like that, and we discuss on the show. Keep your heads up. Be positive. Keep kindness in your heart. I think that's an important thing with so much divisiveness and misinformation in the world and craziness going on that really affects us. Just make sure that you are keeping yourself okay. Check in with yourself. Give yourself kind words of affirmation. Look in the mirror. It's not stupid to look in the mirror and just look at yourself and say, you're beautiful, or you're smart, you're kind, you're a good friend, a good husband, good wife, good kid, good whatever. And make sure you're doing that for other people too. It takes one little act of kindness just out in the world to spread like wildfire. Kindness, caring, compassion, integrity, honesty, all of those things are not just words to throw out and hope people will one day find it. They exist in all of us. I think they exist as a very powerful force, but sometimes our own insecurities can get in the way and cause them to hide. But don't let them hide, because it always is so much nicer to be nice. It's always so much nicer to be kind and caring and show people that. Go out. I challenge every one of you to go out this week and to some stranger, whether it be on the internet in a post or something, or you see them on the street or whatever, compliment them. Just give them a compliment. There's nothing wrong with it. It costs you nothing, but it will make you feel very good, and it will make them feel very good, even if it's not right in the moment because they're taken aback. Trust me, compliments go a long way. But that's all I got for this week. We're going to get out of here. I want to thank our guest, Michael McGlynn from Slasher 15. Go check it out. Go check out his new movie, Uncle Fred's Monster Problem. Donate to that. Make sure you check out Bloody Summer Camp 2, which will be coming out soon. Thank you to my good friend, producer Paul, for being here. We'll see you guys next week. Remember to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Check out our affiliate links down below for Lustrone Shades. That's right, new sponsor of the show, and they will have a link down below. And if you're looking for shades, curtains, or anything else, they're a fantastic source for it. And tell them the Scene Snob sent you. But until then, remember to take care of yourselves. That's important. Be kind, rewind, and until next time, I'll talk to you soon.